ain't right. We're not doing a bloody race today, are we? Lovely stuff. Oh, right. Once again, I completely forgot that I had to stream. So I'm a bit unprepared. Had to rush around, get a coffee ready. But I'm here and I am ready to cook. Today we have we had the sprint race earlier, which was world class. And yeah. Aquatic goat, go on lad. With a follow on kick, absolute ledge, dap me up. Good shit. Alright, let's get live timing up and then... Well, this is probably the most exciting part of the weekend, because let's be honest, that sprint race was shocking. I think in the entire sprint race we saw, what? 3 overtakes? The only, the overtakes I remember was Perez on Ricciardo. Team radio coming in from Ocon there. Alright, anyway, but that was really the only overtake we saw, so not really what you want in a sprint race where everyone's on, like, you know, giving it the fucking beans and we get 2 overtakes. But anyway, we're here for quali, which is the better session by a mile. It's way more fun. I still think, although the results are probably going to be, like, predictable and similar, like Verstappen P1, whoever P2, Leclerc, Perez, Sainz, that kind of area, I think Lando Norris is going to have a bounce back. Of course, Daniel Ricciardo, P4 in quali yesterday, and then P4 in the sprint race. What can he do? Of course, this is now normal quali, so, you know, people are going to be able to use soft tyres. Of course, in the sprint quali, we saw a lot of mediums, and weirdly enough, the mediums actually seemed faster than the softs, which was very odd, but there you go. Alright, so it's an 18-minute session, so we're going to do 17... Oh, fuck, what have I done? Thank you. 17:30, and then we're going to do no title, font, preview. Remove that. That should be good. Nice, get that. And then that. And that. Okay. We're ready. We're going to start in about 7 minutes, that kind of range. Do you know what I mean? And I'm sweating, you know. I'm very hot. And I don't like it. Ugh. 16 degrees outside, but inside 300 degrees. That's the situation that I'm in right now. Right, now, of course, we want the sector times up, because that's the important part. What would lap times... Oh, fuck. What lap times are we going to see? I mean, we saw... mid-27s in sprint quali, and that was on medium tyres. So will we see a 1:26? Remember, this track is going to have high evolution. And, you know, it's going to be high evolution. Not only that, we've already had practice, sprint quali, and a sprint race on it. So the track is going to be quicker. But let's see. Also, I want to quickly point out, during this session, I'd say, for the duration of Q1 and Q2, if you see me looking away down here a lot, I'm watching the Apex Legends LAN, and I want to see how my favourite team get on. So that's why that's happening. Anyway, 5 minutes away from a kickoff. You know, kickoff here in Miami. What a shithole. Bro, what is it with this, like, fucking... This music is dog shit. Unfortunately, I can't play like... I can't play like music and shit. Because YouTube copyright, so... I should have started this stream 5 minutes later. I don't know what to talk about for the next 4 minutes. There's not really much going down. What do I talk? There's nothing's going on. What do I do? Just sit here staring at my screen. I mean, 3 minutes to go. There's not even anything on Twitter. Of course, in the sprint race, Hamilton got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. What else happened? Alonso and Stroll crashed into each other. So, you know, that's rough. Terrible day for Aston. Stroll had to retire and Alonso was like P19. Two minutes until the green... Oh, actually, that's a good point. I should probably get the Sky broadcast up. I mean, I don't watch it, but I might as well. Good bit of entertainment, you know? I mean, the thing is, I would watch the Sky Sports broadcast purely because, like, you know, I actually get to watch the F1 with, I mean, live timing, it's just dots. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I just... The thing with live timing, and I think why streams like mine and other watch-alongs are better than, like, the actual broadcast, is that when you have, especially during races, when you have, like, people like me that do live timing, not only do I mention, like, the top, but I also mention the bottom. And, you know, when there's more than 3 cars on track, like, you know when, you know they have the overlay at the bottom and it says, like, whether a driver's going green. I can say that for all 20 drivers rather than just 3. And during a race, I can talk about position changes that are going on in, like, P15, which most people might not care about. But some do. So that's why I mention it. Also, we see so little overtakes these days, I might as well mention it, do you know what I mean? I mean, sprint race, we had like 3 overtakes. Chinese Grand Prix only had like 4. The Australian Grand Prix, which didn't have any Red Bull involved. Perez had damage in P5, Verstappen DNF'd. There was only, I think, 2 overtakes in the top, like, 8. Like, it was bad. Wait, how many points was my team on? Sorry, I know this ain't... Wait, hang on, we might be starting now. Come on, go. Please, let me have something to speak about. This is turning into the most boring stream, EUNA South Coast, please. Please. 29, okay, 29. Yes, right, Q1 is underway. We have Logan Sargent straight at the pit lane. He ain't wasting no time whatsoever. Also followed by Kevin Magnussen as well, so he's going to be popping out of the pits. Welcome to the show, K-Mag. And Q1 is underway. What a time to be alive. Both Hasses are out. Both Hasses, both Alpines, Logan Sargent and Lewis Hamilton are all out, and they're getting ready to go. Come on. Now, this might be a hot take from Foot Crim, but I feel like 18 minutes is a bit too long for qualifying. I know, like, that it's always been 18 minutes, but I just think that 18 is a bit too long for quali. That might just be me, though. So everyone's doing their warm-up laps. 16 minutes remaining. We are 2 minutes into the session. Sargent is going to be the first driver to start a lap. A 29-1 in the final sector. My guy is cooking. So yeah, anyway, so Sargent's... I need to stop looking at my fucking phone, but I'm more interested in this than F1, and that's not a joke either. So anyway, I'll try and not look at that. Logan Sargent, through the first sector, is going to do a 30.4. Now, I don't actually remember what a competitive sector time was. I don't remember much. That is a thing I'm notorious for. I don't remember things. So, Magnussen goes faster than Sargent by about 7/10, a 29.7. Hulkenberg a 29.8. Ocon does a 29.68, those fastest in Sector 1. Anyone else? We've got Norris. No. Anyone? No. Sargent through the second sector does a 33.98, so that's obviously the fastest because it's the first one. Magnussen a 34 dead, so not faster than Sargent. What about Hulkenberg? Hulkenberg does a 33.9, so faster than Magnussen, slower than Sargent. Albon does a 30 dead, half a second up on his teammate through Sector 1. Zhou Guanyu does a 29.8, which is 2/10 up on Alex Albon. So they are the Cookmeisters. Logan Sargent crosses the line. Oh no, Sargent abandoned his lap, I think. So Magnussen goes faster to a 29 dead. Hulkenberg then jumps in by half a tenth and does a 28.94. So there we go. Ocon, a 28.989, goes P2. Gasly, a 29.13, so 2/10 of his teammate into P4. Hamilton goes fastest, a 28.8. Albon P5, a 29 dead, and Zhou Guanyu P7, a 29.1. So only 3/10 splitting the top 7. Russell goes fastest by 3/10 of a second. What a driver. Unreal from Russell. Daniel Ricciardo, P2 by P3. He does a 28.6, only half a tenth off Russell, and then Alonso slips into P2. Now P3, because Sainz 4/10 up on Russell. A 28.1 for the lad. Lance Stroll coming across the line. He's currently down on his teammate by half a second. He crosses the line and does a 28.9. 4/10 off Alonso in P6. And now we have Charles Leclerc, fastest in Sector 1. He goes second overall, 30 milliseconds behind his teammate Chile. And he is going to go P2. And then we have Lando Norris. Only P5 for Lando Norris. Half a second behind the Ferraris. Oh, shit. Oscar Pastry currently up on his teammate by a couple tenths. He crosses the line. Oscar Pastry goes P4. What a driver. Sergio Perez goes P3. A tenth and a bit off the Ferraris. Fastest in Sector 2 and 3, but lost a little bit of time in Sector 1. We know there's a lot of time left for Perez in Sector 1. Verstappen also coming out the pits. Yuki Tsunoda only P10. 3/10 behind his teammate. And no one else going for laps right now. That is the first runs done, but we still have Verstappen and Bottas and Logan Sargent to go, but those are the first runs done. Pretty good. Not bad, you know. Already in the 28s, and we're only in the first runs of Q1. Not bad. Gaps between the cars right now. So from P1, we've got 24 milliseconds. 1 tenth, 4 tenths, 4 tenths, 4 tenths, 4 tenths, 4 tenths. 5 cars split by 65 milliseconds, and then 6 tenths, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8, 9, 9. Less than a second between the top 17 right now. Sargent, Verstappen, and Bottas haven't done laps yet. Right, hang on, my team just finished. Wait, double check. So Verstappen's about to start his lap. Team radio coming in from Verstappen saying that didn't sound very good out the pits. The clutch, so Verstappen got clutch problems. Never heard that one before. So Verstappen's going to get underway and begin his first hot lap of the session. We'll see how he gets on. Also, Bottas and Logan Sargent are all doing some laps now. So, let's go, the boys. That's some coffee. Verstappen does a 29.4 in the first sector. Bottas a 29.5. That's faster than Perez. Great sector 1 by Valtteri Bottas. What a driver. We still have like 12 cars out. I don't know why they're still out, to be fair. Verstappen is making his way around the title chicane section, going between turn 15 and 16. That's, of course, where Leclerc spun Verstappen through sector 2. It's going to be a 33.5, the fastest overall. Bottas is going to do a 33.8, so Bottas only 4 tenths off Verstappen right now. I don't think that's too bad of an effort. Logan Sargent a 29.8 through the first sector, so quite poor for Logan Sargent, but what do you expect? It's Logan Sargent, you know what I mean? Max Verstappen is going to cross the line, and Verstappen goes P1 by a 1/10.5, a 28 dead. Valtteri Bottas, P5, a 28.5. Great lap by Bottas. That's a great effort from Valtteri Bottas. Good shit, Bobo. Well done. And Sargent is about to run into an abundance of traffic, so that might be his lap done. Magnussen improving, as is Fernando Alonso. So Albon actually improves. I don't know what Albon was doing. Logan Sargent has just gone P11 with a 28.6. You can see the track ramp as Lewis Hamilton, fastest in Sector 1 with a 29.2. Ugh. Alonso a 29.4 and Gaza a 29.7. Magnussen only improves to P15. That ain't enough. That's dog shit. That is horrible. Russell a 29.3. Second sector, Stroll goes P6. Behind a Haas. Not horrible though. P6, and then we've got Piastri, who isn't on a lap. Alonso is. Alonso currently P10. He crosses the line. And Alonso improves to P6, goes ahead of his teammate. That just shows the track ramp, though. Alonso didn't even improve in Sector 2, and he still improved his lap time by a couple tenths. Hamilton round the final corner. with a 33.8. That's actually down on Alonso and Stroll, but he's got a really good sector 1. Hamilton crosses the line. Hamilton goes P3, a 28.1. Pierre Gasly crosses the line, and he goes into P15, which is just outside of relegation zone. And then we have Esteban Ocon, who is going to come across the line and goes all the way up to P7, 3 tenths on his teammate, as Charles Leclerc goes fastest in Sector 1, almost in the 28s. Holy shit! Leclerc is cooking up something egregious in that first sector. Tsunoda improves up to P12, and it's actually crazy. You think Daniel Ricciardo was P5, now he's P14. That's the track ramp. Carlos Sainz goes fastest with a bad sector 1, and he goes P1 by a tenth into the 1 minute 27s. Charles Leclerc across the line. Charles Leclerc only... How has Charles Leclerc only improved to P3? No idea. Horrible sector 3 from Charles Leclerc. Oscar Piastri goes ahead of Charles Leclerc by half a tenth, and he goes up into P3. Lando Norris on a lap. His sector times, he's up on Piastri by a tenth. He crosses the line, and Lando Norris goes P2. And wow, that is a close gap. There is currently, ignoring signs, the gap between second, third, and fourth is 15 milliseconds. Yeesh. Sergio Perez now on a lap as well. He's got that sector 1 down a little bit, a 29.3. It's actually a tenth down. Half a tenth down. Excuse me, half a tenth down on the McLarens. Sector 2, what we saying? It's going to be a 33.4. 3 tenths up on Lando Norris. And this, if Perez just finishes this lap, that might be good enough to send him into Q2. So, good for Perez. He's the only driver on a lap right now. Absolutely cooking. Making his way across the line, and Sergio Perez improves to P1 overall by 2 tenths. Horrible sector 3, good enough, goes P1. Tequila Perez, he's back. Sky Sports broadcast audio being dog shit. That was interesting. Verstappen had some, like, sellotape stuck to his wheel flying about the place. And he doesn't complain about that. He complains about an Alpine in the middle of the track. Nice one. So I believe a 27.7 should be good enough to get you into Q2. You'd hope, anyway. There's 4 minutes remaining, so everyone is going to do one more run. I'd say Perez is definitely safe. Although, to be fair, I mean, what's the cutoff? Let's be honest. You say Perez, like, oh, you might not be safe. When I go like, oh, we might not be, I don't know why, but I keep thinking that, like, if you're outside the top 6, you're not going to get through. The gap between Perez in P1, with 27.7, and the knockout, which is Sargent, is 9 tenths. 9.5. I don't think Sargent, Gasly, Magnussen, Joe, and Albon are all improving by over a second. So I think Perez is fine. You know, that's job done. Back in the pits. Let's go. Sargent and Albon coming back out now. 3 minutes remaining. They're the first cars out. Leclerc and Norris both out, as well as is Verstappen and the Haas cars. 3 minutes remaining. Now everyone is going to start coming out. And they're about to go crazy. So, you know, there it is. Now, is Leclerc and Norris going for laps, or are they doing a cool-down lap and they're going to go back in the pits? I don't remember them coming back out. If so, they ain't really got the time for it. I don't think they are. I think they are doing laps, as we also see both RBs and Hamilton come out the pits now. But like I said, I'm fairly confident that Perez and Sainz, and probably Norris, Verstappen, Piastri, and Leclerc, maybe even Hamilton, are all safe right now. But yeah, we need to see what Tsunoda and Ricciardo can do. Tsunoda up by a 10th and a bit on his teammate Ricciardo. That's not a 10th, that's half a 10th. What a fucking idiot. 2-minute warning. Always the best part, because the bottom 5 get this nice glowy red to tell you they are gone. So Leclerc will follow along with him on this lap. He's going to go green in turn 1, yellow in turn 2 and 3, purple in turn 4, yellow in turn 5, yellow in turn 6 and 7. Leclerc not improving in sector 1, the fastest around turn 4, but not the quickest. And actually not improving. He's having a stinker. Lando Norris also not improving. That's weird. Leclerc, yellow, all the way down the straight into T11. He's down. Green in turn 12. Yellow in turn 13. Now we have the little kerfuffle of 14, 15, and 16. He goes green through 14 and 15. And he goes yellow through 16. Leclerc not improving on his lap. He's just not. Verstappen is at a 29.1. Hulkenberg a 29.3. Norris does improve in the second sector. Perez has stayed in the pits because, like I said, he just is safe like he is. Let's be honest. Daniel Ricciardo also starting his lap, but Charles Leclerc is going to be the first bloke to finish a lap. He's currently P6. I think he's safe already, but he's not going to improve, I don't think. He improves his lap time by a few milliseconds and stays P6. Lando Norris improving. Lando Norris actually jumps up to P2 and improves by a 10th. That could be a very important 10th. Tsunoda improving. Ocon improving, Hulkenberg improving, Max Verstappen across the line. Max Verstappen goes P1 by just under a 10th over Sergio Perez. Alonso starting a lap, Magnussen starting a lap, Piastri a bit caught out here, but I think he's safe either way. Bottas starting a lap, Hulkenberg starting a lap, Sargent finishing a lap. Sargent is improving. Logan Sargent goes P12, and I don't think that's going to be enough at all. Alex Albon across the line. Alex Albon goes P8. That's a great lap from Alex Albon. Esteban Ocon across the line. He's P10 and he goes above Albon and takes P8. And now we have Yuki Tsunoda and Daniel Ricciardo both improving, both down on the Alpine driver though. Oh shit. Tsunoda gets ahead of Albon and goes into P9. Daniel Ricciardo, after his incredible fucking sprint race, he could be out here. Across the line. And he's out. Daniel Ricciardo. Wow. Who would have seen that coming? Lewis Hamilton, P7, crosses the line, stays P7, improves his lap time. George Russell, P12, not looking good. Improves to P6, or P7, sorry. Unbelievable sector 3 from Russell. Fernando Alonso, P13, stays P13. Hold on a minute, that ain't ideal. Pierre Gasly goes P5. Stroll goes P10. And Bottas. No! Oh my shit. Wow. So, that was, man, that's just sad. Daniel Ricciardo, after qualifying P4 and finishing P4 in the sprint race, is out in P18, 2 tenths away from safety. Your finishing order for Q1 is Max Verstappen P1, Sergio Perez P2, Lando Norris P3, Carlos Sainz P4, Gaza in P5. Great lap. Oscar Piastri in P6, Charles Leclerc P7, Posh Spice in P8, Lewis Hamilton P9, Mr. Crash Prone in P10, Ocon P11, Tsunoda P12, Alex Albon P13, The Hulk in P14, and Fernando Alonso gets in to Q2 by 10 milliseconds over Valtteri Bottas, who is the first driver out, followed by Logan Sargent, who only missed out by He missed out by 30 milliseconds and was only a 10th off Albon. That ain't bad, I don't think. Danny Rick, way off it, a 28.6. K-Mag also out in P19, and your last place driver is going to be Zhou Guan Yu. 5-minute break, and then we will get underway for Q número dos, and I'd say no real surprises, really. I mean, maybe Ricardo, I'd say that was a surprise after the absolute elation. You just came to say hi? Hello, mate. How are ya? But yeah, I mean, Ricardo having a fucking rozzer. He truly is. How do you finish P4 in the sprint and P4 in sprint quali, and then you go out in 18th? Like, that's crazy to me. Gonna be a little bit until Q2 gets underway, but I mean, no real surprises. I mean, Ricardo is a surprise. Maybe not like before, but especially now, especially since he just finished P4. And but yeah, apart from that, fairly standard. Both Stakes, Magnussen, Sargent. That's normal. I see what is a surprise, though. There's actually two surprises I could see. Number one, Pierre Gasly in P5. Only 3 tenths off the Red Bulls. And also, Fernando Alonso in P15 only gets in by 10 milliseconds. Lance Stroll is cooking Alonso this weekend. So the Q2 things come up, so we should start in a second, which is obviously a big W. Such a shame that the F1 weekend actually, like, what's the word? Coincides? What's I just saying? I just had a complete fucking brain switch off moment, like just Alright, any second now, Q2 should get back underway. So this is actually, I think this is Daniel Ricciardo we're looking at here. Danny Rick. He went on the outside curb going into turn, I think that's turn 7, and that lost him so much time. And going around, Danny Rick. Danny Rick. 2 horrible mistakes. Like, horrible mistakes. He goes wide in turn 7, and then he also locks up into the final corner, and that's just lost him so much time. Unreal. So Daniel Ricciardo out. Q2 has actually started, so let's get the timers on. Oh, bollocks. Okay, the timers are about 5 seconds too late, but that's fine. 5 seconds, not the end of the world, you know what I mean? So we're, well, wait, it's a 15-minute, yeah, so we're 2 minutes in now, a minute and a half, minute and 15. No cars out on track yet, so I don't know what that's about. That's confusing me. I still don't, I mean, these are probably quite easy, like, technical things to understand, but I still don't understand why, like... I keep having brain moments. Why do I just keep, like, blanking out and forgetting what I was just saying? What did I just say? Oh yeah, I don't understand like why you wouldn't want to go out early. There's obviously there's an obvious reason for it, but I've just never really got it. But yeah, still no cars out on track as we are now 2 minutes into this session. As I say that, we have a car on track. It is none other than Yuki Tsunoda, followed by Lawrence Stroll, aka Mr. Crash Prone. Now, I mean, because of my, social size on all accounts, you know, I've only got, 40 followers on Kick, I've got 130 followers on Twitch, but only, like, 3 of those are actually from F1, and I've got about 100 YouTube subscribers from F1 content. Pretty much everyone coming into these streams are pretty much guaranteed to be new viewers. So... I have a lot of nicknames for drivers, and some of them you won't be able to, like, instantly debunk who they are. Basically, we've got Max Verstappen, we've got Sergio Tequila Perez, you've got Lando No Wins, we've got Oscar Pastry, Lewis Camilto, Lance Stroll is Mr. Crash Prone, and then Tsunoda doesn't have one, and then Sainz is Chili, Gasly is Gaza, Leclerc is Leclerc, Ocon's just Ocon, Albon is Albono, Hulkenberg is Hulk, Alonso is Fernando Alonso, Bottas is Bobo, Sargent is What the Fuck is a Kilometer, then you got Danny Rick, or Avocado, K-Mag, and then Joe Guan Yu. I have specific nicknames for these drivers, especially ones like Mr. Crash Prone and What the Fuck is a Kilometer. People might not know who they are. Now you do. What the Fuck is a Kilometer is Logan Sargent, and Mr. Crash Prone is Lance Stroll. So there you go. Easy as pie. So we've got quite a few cars out now. We've actually got 13 cars out on track, and Tsunoda is going to get us away. So let's actually follow along with him. Actually, there's not really a point of doing that because it's going to be purple, isn't it? We'll just see what his sector times are, do you know what I mean? So Tsunoda through the first sector, a 29.3 is actually really, really strong. Perez, a 29.1. Cook, my guy, Cook! Go on, son. What a driver. Stroll, a 29.4. Tsunoda about to do the second sector. Tsunoda is going to do a 33.7 for Tsunoda. Lance Stroll does a 34 dead. Verstappen goes a 10.5 faster than Perez through the first sector, a 29 dead. Perez through the second sector, only a 33.9. That's a very poor sector time for fucking, what are they called? Perez. Tsunoda goes fastest with a 28.2. Lance Stroll, a 28.5, so 0.3 off Tsunoda. Not ideal for him. Perez comes across the line, and Perez goes second. He doesn't go faster than Tsunoda because of a horrible Sector 2 time. Wow. Okay, Verstappen's about to mop the floor with... Actually, no, wait, Verstappen... Okay, Verstappen has the best Sector 3 of all time. Verstappen, actually, down on... I'm so confused. So Max Verstappen goes second with a 27.9. Norris does a 27.87 and goes P1. Piastri then does a 27.7 and goes into P1. Next, we have Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton crosses the line. Hamilton only P6 for Hamilton. Not ideal for him. George Russell goes just above him, going to P6 or 28.2. Now we have the Ferraris. Leclerc, fastest sector 1 and 2. Doesn't get the full sweep of sectors, but he does go P1 by 2/10 at 27.5 for Leclerc. Come on. Sainz then crosses the line, 4/10 off Leclerc, back into P4. What is Leclerc cooking this weekend? Alonso's slowest of everyone so far, a 28.7. What has happened to Aston Martin? Esteban Ocon, a 28.3, goes P9 of 12 drivers. Gasly crosses the line, and Gasly goes just ahead of Ocon by 0.5 and goes P9 as well. I'm confused. Nico Hülkenberg currently up on Gasly. Hülkenberg goes P6 ahead, and we have a yellow flag, and it's Alex Albon. Alex Albon on the exit of turn 17, the final corner, I believe, has Raz-clarted the wall. Surely? No, I think he might have just spun, because he's got going again and the yellow flag's gone. So I believe he's gone for a bit of a spin. You know what I mean? A little spin of Giles. But he's good. He's carrying on, and he's cooking. No one else on laps. We have 6 minutes remaining. Everyone is on their, well, they're going to do their cooldown laps, put some new tyres on, and we're going to get one more run. I'm sorry, the fucking Apex game's nearly finished. I need to see what happens. I'll keep the live timing up in case anyone goes for a lap, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I want to see what happened to Alex Albon. I don't know if they got a replay of that. Here it comes. So Alex Albon goes around the final corner, goes wide, and then just stops. So he basically just braked just before he hit the wall. So nothing wrong, just a bit of a shit lap, basically. That's just what's happened. Hang on, game's nearly done, hold up. Oh god, here comes the leaderboard. I'm shitting myself. Come on, did my Apex team make it? Well, not my team, but the team I support. Oh, yes, they did. Come on! Fucking boys. Good shit. Well done. Okay. Now I can put my entire full focus onto F1. So the remainder of Q2 and Q3, I can now be 100% locked. But of course, we're not going to see anything for another minute or so because, you know, cars need to, you know, wait. My team fucking made it. What goats. Alright, 3.5 minutes remaining. Cars are now on track. We have Nico Hulkenberg, we have Yuki Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, Tequila Perez, and Mr. Crash Prone are all out the pits. And we are getting ready for an absolutely remarkable, incredible, astonishing, spectacular end of Q numero dos. But let's fucking go. The boys made it. Absolute legends. Come on. I should have been doing a fucking watch-along of this. Fuck F1. This was way more exciting. Anyway, we also have some more cars now. We have Charles Leclerc, we have Lewis Hamilton, and Chile have all come out of the pits as well. Still 2 minutes remaining. And I don't know if I agree with Leclerc coming back out, because the gap between Leclerc and P1 and the elimination zone is 8 tenths right now. It's actually more. It's 8.5 tenths. Like, I will say, though, I'd say only the top 3 are safe right now. A 27.5, a 27.7, a 27.8 should be good. A 27.9 might not be. So Sainz, Verstappen, Hulkenberg, Tsunoda, Perez, Russell, the Alpines, these Astons, and Hamilton are, they're all not safe. And I also want to point out, Alex Albon hasn't come out the pits. Lando Norris has just come out. There's still time, but not a lot. I'd say like now. I don't think Alex Albon's going to come back out. Oh, he does now, but I don't. They haven't really given him much time there, but there it is. Alex Albon comes out, so we now have all 15 cars on track. So, first lap, Tsunoda through the first sector is going to do a 29.3. Hulkenberg a 29.5, so 2 tenths back, but does improve in sector 2 with a 33.8 for Nico Hulkenberg. Tsunoda through the second sector is going to do a 33.7, so still up on Hulkenberg by a few tenths, but doesn't improve in sector 2. Alonso does a 29.4 through the first sector. Stroll a 29.2. Stroll is cooking Alonso this weekend. Hulkenberg completes his lap and stays in P6. And that ain't going to be enough. I'm fairly certain Hulkenberg is going to be gone here. Yuki Tsunoda crosses the line. I don't know if he's going to improve. Will he? Yes, he does. He actually jumps ahead of Hulkenberg and goes into P6. Sergio Perez not improving in sector 1. It's still up on Tsunoda. And he's a 10th up on Tsunoda through sector 2. Perez not looking good here. I'll tell you, he needs a really good sector 3. He might not be good here. Verstappen 4 tenths faster than Perez through sector 1. Perez crosses the line. He does have a remarkable sector 3. Goes P3 at 27.8. That should be borderline good enough to go through. Remember, already 2 cars have finished laps. Lance Stroll, P9 for Stroll. That's not going to be enough. Piastri stays second. Charles Leclerc stays first, doesn't improve. Lewis Hamilton in the relegation zone. He's cooking the competition though. Lewis Hamilton goes P2. Great lap by Hamilton. Verstappen also just absolutely cooking the competition. Carlos Sainz crosses the line. Carlos Sainz stays P6. Okay, he should be fine though. George Russell crosses the line. Russell only P8 for Russell. But again, he should be fine. Max Verstappen is probably going to go into P1 here by maybe like 2 or 3 tenths. Let's see. Verstappen's going to cross the line. Verstappen goes up to P2. 33 milliseconds off Charles Leclerc in P1. Esteban Ocon, P13. He crosses the line and he stays P13. Hulkenberg here. If Hulkenberg might have an absolute wonder here. Alex Albon is improving though. But I don't think it's going to be enough. It's going to be really, really close, though. But Hulkenberg might have somehow got into Q3 here. Lando Norris crosses the line. Lando Norris doesn't improve. Alex Albon, all eyes are on you. Albano crosses the line. Albano! Only P14 for Albano. So your final finishing order in Q2 is going to be Charles Leclerc in P1 for 27.5, Max Verstappen at 27.5, Lewis Hamilton at 27.6, Oscar Piastri at 27.7, Sergio Perez at 27.8, really poor from him so far, Lando No wins at 27.8, Chile at 27.9, Russell at 28 dead, Tsunoda gets into Q3 whilst his teammate is P18 at 28.1, and Hulkenberg slips in a Q3 by 20 milliseconds over Lance Stroll in P11, Pierre Gasly in P12, and Ocon P13. This turnaround from Alpine is incredible. If you remember, first 3 rounds of this championship, they were by far the slowest team on the grid, and now they're getting cars almost like a tenth away from Q3. Esteban Ocon P13, Alex Albon P14, and Fernando Alonso P15, 2 tenths away from his teammate. Good shit. Right, I need to get this timer ready. I actually just forgot. How long is it? It's 11.5 minutes, right? So let's just do that, and then that, and then this. Okay, cool. Get ready for Q3 now. Going pretty quick, to be fair, but again, I mean, yeah, I don't know, I'd say there are 2 big surprises for me right now. There are 2. Number 1 is Daniel Ricciardo P18, purely because of his performance in the sprint race and the sprint quali. And also, it wasn't really on pace. He made 2 horrible mistakes on his final run. And also, Stroll out-qualifying Alonso by 2 tenths and 5 positions. I think that's pretty crazy. Right, we do Q3 now, please. Bored. I want to get back to watching Apex, please. Stroll on the radio. Just, no one cares. Alright, Q3 is about to start. They've changed the overlay, so a top 10 shootout. My predictions are going to be, I'm going to be the most boring person known to man. I'm going to say Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, Sergio Perez, Lando Norris is my top 5. I know, pretty unique. Gonna start any second now. Still not underway. Can we hurry up, please? Come on. Let's get cracking, please, Derek. Come on. I'm bored. Let me watch the Formula One now. Like, now. 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 I'm so fucking confused. Anyway, green flag is out. Q3 has begun. Let's fucking go, bitch. Let's do this. Oh, wait. Timer's gone wrong. There we go. Done it. You start counting down, please. Thank you very much. Right, instantly coming out the pits, we have Lewis Hamilton, George Russell, Yuki Tsunoda, and the Hulk are all coming out immediately. Also want to point out, Lando Norris finished P9 in Q2. He was on used mediums. That's just weird. Hulkenberg and Tsunoda both out on used softs. Posh Spice, Tequila Perez, Camel Toe, and Verstappen all out on new softs. There it is. Right, let's bleedin' cook. Here we go. 9 minutes remaining, so we're 2 minutes into this session. Who came out first? I believe it was Hulkenberg and Tsunoda. So Hulkenberg on a lap. Let's see what kind of sector time he is going to do. It's going to be a 29.6, which is about 6/10 away from what we were seeing at the top of Q2. But he is on used tyres, remember. That is a factor. I mean, is it just a set like a banker or some shit? I don't even know why would you go out on used tyres at the start of a session? I don't really understand. Yuki Tsunoda through the first sector is going to do a 29.3, so 3/10 up on Hulkenberg. Yeesh, that is fast. Hamilton, a 29 dead through the first sector. Okay, Hamilton, fucking hell. Hulkenberg through the second sector is going to do a 34.3. Russell through the first sector, a 29.1, so half a tenth down, 30 milliseconds down on his teammate. Sonoda through Sector 2 is going to do a 33.8, which is half a second up on Hulkenberg. Perez a 29.1 through the first sector. So Hulkenberg sets a lap time of a 29.1, which is really bad. That's really bad. I mean, used tyres still. You know, Sonoda is currently about 7 tenths up on Hulkenberg right now. Verstappen fastest in Sector 1 of 28.8, which is 3 tenths up on Perez. Unlucky. Sonoda loses 3 tenths in the final sector to Hulkenberg and actually somehow doesn't go ahead of him. So Sonoda actually abandons his lap in the final sector. A 31.7 for Sonoda, a 29.1 for Hulkenberg in P4, a 28.6 for Hamilton, a 28 dead for Russell. Sergio Perez, a 27.7, so easy to go P1, but you just feel that Verstappen's about to absolutely demolish this. He's currently 3 tenths. He's currently 6 tenths up on Perez. Fucking hell. Across the line, Verstappen does a 27.2. Norris across the line. Norris goes P3 at 27.8. Charles Leclerc's going to cross the line. He's going to go ahead of Perez. He goes into P2 at 37, I keep saying 30, at 27.4, and then Carlos Sainz at 27.4 as well. So, Perez just dog shit this entire session. And it's mainly Sector 1. 1 and 2. Perez has got a really good Sector 3. It's just 1 and 2. I'm wondering, is he running a bit less downforce and it just isn't helping? So we've got there's 7 minutes left. We've got the first runs done. Current order is Verstappen, Leclerc, Chile, Pastry, Tequila Perez, no wins, Posh Spice, Camelto, Hulken, Sonoda is your 10. What a time to be alive. And then we've got... Yeah, so I will say that I'm going to exclude Hulkenberg and Sonoda because they were on used tyres. There is 1.4 seconds between Verstappen and Hamilton in P8. That's a bigger gap than the gap between P1 and 20 in Q1. That is hilarious. But yeah, Perez half a second behind his teammate. That's... like, what? How does that work? So we've got 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Everyone is going to pop back in that pit lane, and then we will go from there. Hang on, I'm doing a Duolingo lesson. I hate typing on a phone. It's actually the worst thing ever. Bro, I hate typing on a phone so much. like a phoenix, you bursted the fire burn. The first that desire, you transform right up in a flash and space. On the ash, phoenix, you bursted the fire burn. Oh, I actually clutched up. Right, 3 minutes remaining. The second runs of Q3 are about to get underway. We have Hulkenberg straight out. We've got Sonoda. We've got Pastry. And we've got Checo. All drivers, of course. Wait, again, why is Norris on mediums? I don't even think he was on mediums. I think it's just a bug with live timing. There's no way my guy is using mediums. Unless McLaren... Wait... I wonder if, like... Okay, Norris is now on softs, but I'm wondering, do you think McLaren, because of, like, obviously in sprint quali, Lando was quickest by, like, half a second on the mediums than anyone else. He went on the softs and he was only P8. So I'm thinking, do you think they actually put him on mediums so that they think their medium pace is actually, like, very good? I don't even know, but... I'm interested to see, will we see a 1 minute 26 lap? And there's only one man that can do it, and it is Max Verstappen. He's the only one that can clutch up a 1 minute 26 here. He's only he's 2.5 tenths away from it. So Hulkenberg is going to be the first geezer to set us away for our final runs, our final laps of Q3 qualifying here in Miami into, of course, the race tomorrow. So we've got Hulkenberg on a lap, then we've got Sonoda, we've got Pastry, and then Checo, then Verstappen, and then Norris, Leclerc, and Sainz, and then the Mercedes. So Hulkenberg going round turn 8 right now. We're going to follow along with him. He's gone yellow, actually, in turn 4 and 3. He does a sector time of a 29.4, which is actually down on Sonoda on used. So... Hulkenberg clearly missing something in that first sector. Sonoda through the first sector is going to do a 29.3, so a 10th up on Nico Hulkenberg. I feel like Sonoda and Hulkenberg are basically battling each other for P9 and 10. I don't think they're going to get anywhere. I mean, Hulkenberg is half a second away from Hamilton, so I don't even know. Piastri, 28.9. That's impressive. Sergio Perez, a 28.8. Okay, well, were we just hiding pace? Is that what's going on? Was everyone holding back? Because that seems to be... I think everyone was just holding back in that final lap. Sonoda down on Hulkenberg by half a tenth. Verstappen through the first sector is going to do a 28.7. Verstappen could genuinely be on for 1 minute 26 here. Hulkenberg crosses the line, goes ahead of Hamilton, goes into a 1 minute 28.1 into P8. Yuki Tsunoda up on Hulkenberg by a tenth. He crosses the line, and Tsunoda's behind Hulkenberg. P8 and P9 for them lot, respectively. Sergio Perez through sector to a 33.7. That's really poor from Perez. I can't lie. Verstappen's about to do like a 33.4. Not even a joke either. Piastri doesn't improve. Stays P4. He's for the taking from Sergio Perez. He crosses the line. Perez only P4 for Sergio Perez. Really bad sector 3. Lost about half a second. Verstappen also not improving through sector 2. Norris is improving. And he's actually... he's down on Verstappen though. Leclerc not improving. Sainz not improving. Perez has fuck this. He should be P3. He should be ahead of Sainz. We had a really bad sector 3. Fuck's sake, Perez. Probably Norris is going to get ahead of him as well. Norris is. Norris across the line. Lando Norris stays P5. So Perez stays onto P4. And I believe it's just going to stay like this. Yeah. Unless Sainz can get a little bit more. No. And the final driver to go across the line is going to be Lewis Hamilton. Here he comes. Will he get ahead of Hulkenberg and Tsunoda? Yes, he does. So there you have it. That is qualifying here in Miami. That was dog shit. Only like 2 drivers improved. in their final runs there. I will say Perez has absolutely bottled a P2 there, or a P3. 5 milliseconds away from a P3 and lost so much time in that final sector. So your finishing order is Max Verstappen at 27.2, Leclerc at 27.4, Chile at 27.4, Checo at 27.4, Norris at 27.6, Piastri at 27.6, Russell at 28 dead, Hamilton at 28.1, Hulkenberg at 28.1, and Tsunoda at 28.2. The rest of the grid is Mr. Crash Prone, Lance Stroll, Gaza, Ocon, Albotto, Fernando Alonso, Bobo, what the fuck is a kilometre, Avocado, K-Mag, and Zhou Guanyu in P20. So there you go. That's qualifying done. I ain't going to stick around. I really badly want to go and watch the Apex land because that's more important to me. So I will be back tomorrow for the Grand Prix at 9 p.m. race. Goodness gracious me. A 9 p.m. race. So I'm gonna be up until at least like 11 p.m. just doing this. Fuck's sake. Right, anyway, that's gonna be all from me. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Do something. Would you by my side like it's nothing? Wanna buy you things that you wanted. Wanna find you drop top without a choice, yeah. Hair blow round to the window, singing stupid noise with you. I just wanna get to know ya. I wanna go far to the coast, yeah. I wanna dive first to the ocean. I wanna know all of you. Growing up like a ghost, yeah. I wanna have kids of my own, yeah. And live a life till it's over. But until we do, it's sleeping too long. So no, it's sleeping so long. It's sleeping so long.
I'm walking around in the circle of life, doing the things I know, walking the same ways 100 times with the same soul. But do you ever try path on the right side, put it up in your life? But do you ever try path on the